And now we're going to go into our reading for today book and go over some of the homework, right? We're going to go over our reading analysis. And let me put it on presentation mode. So, as you can see, we see in the reading, it says, when the Johnson family first bought their computer several years ago, Mr. and Mrs. Johnson were thrilled that their children had access to so much information through the internet. Everybody, let's hear you say thrilled, thrilled. Thrilled, the synonym for thrilled is, oh my gosh, a synonym for thrilled is excited, happy. Okay, having access to something means that you can find something easily. So they had access to information, they could find information. Okay, they're not as excited anymore because their children spend too much time on the internet. The answer to number 3, 2A is 2. Who are they? They're not as excited anymore. That means Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. Next, anymore means any longer. For example, I don't live in Boston anymore. They're not as excited anymore. It means they used to be excited, but now they're not. And it said that Mr. Johnson complains that they spend more time on the internet than talking to each other. Complains means to talk negatively. The Johnson family is not alone in this situation. That means that many other people have this problem. Just like we're all sheltering in place now, you're not alone in this situation. We're all doing it. Let's take a look at number 5. When technology, that's number 5. When technology competes with family time, technology wins. Competes means it has a contest where one side wins and the other side loses. So when we have family time and technology, technology wins. It has more time and family time does not. Okay, so oops, that's wrong. That's the answer is A. Number 6, reading line 11 through 14. Reduction means decrease. Okay, who is Michael Gilbert? Michael Gilbert is a friend of the family? No. An internet user? No. He is a technology researcher. He's a researcher at the Annenberg Center. Okay, so I apologize for that mistake in number 5. It is 5A. Let's keep going. I'm looking for a synonym for boundless. We can see in lines 13 through 14, it says, many people think of the internet and our digital future as boundless, unlimited, and I do too. Another word for boundless is unlimited. Now I'm going to read lines 16 through 17. As technology becomes more advanced, it often changes the ways that families interact. Interact means communicate. And this is not a new concern, right? This is not a new concern. A concern is a worry. In other words, people have been worrying about this for a long time. Let's keep going. When televisions, this is on page 37, when televisions first became popular in the 1950s, you see how we say that? In the 1950s. I was born in the 1960s. Maybe you were born in the 1980s, in that decade. So when televisions first became popular in the 1950s, parents worried that their children were watching too much TV and spending too little time talking with their parents. However, there is a significant difference between these two activities. What is the significant difference between the internet and the television? Let's see. The answer to number 10 is 10A is 1. Families cannot use the internet together, but they can watch TV together. And significant, let's hear you say significant. Significant means, is it new, important, or popular? You got it. The answer is important. Let's keep going. Page 38, page number 11 through 12. A solitary activity. Let's hear you say solitary is something. It's something that you do alone. Sorry, that's C, something that you do alone. Number 12. Although they can help parents keep track of their children, remember we're talking about cell phones now. Although cell phones can help keep track of their children, cell phones also give children more privacy. Let's hear you say privacy. Although means even though, right? So even though they give them more, it helps them keep track of children. It gives them more privacy. Although connects two ideas in a sentence. These ideas are one positive and one negative. When you have privacy using a cell phone, right? Privacy is a noun and private is an adjective. When you have privacy using a cell phone, no one knows who is calling you. Right? Ring, ring, your mother calls, and if they call you at your house, mom knows who is calling you. But on your cell phone, ring, ring, nobody knows. When you have privacy using a cell phone, no one knows who's calling you, right? But if you back in the day, we had the house phone, and your mother knew who was calling you. Cell phones help parents keep track of their children, means parents can know where their children are. And in lines 27 through 32, they mention families with higher incomes. Families with higher incomes are families who make more money than other families make. Of course, right? This affects families with higher incomes more because they've got the iPhone and they've got the computer and they've got the Netflix. So they have more, so they experience a greater drop in family time. Let's go to 13B. Women say that they feel ignored. That means that somebody is ignoring them. They feel that no one is paying attention to them. And we're going to read line 41 through 42. Remember Stephen Cho? He's the college student. Although, he goes up to upstate New York every summer, and he is happy to have a break from it. Remember, we're talking about Stephen Cho. Stephen Cho. Let's keep going. He is happy to have a break from it. What is it? The internet. The internet. Have a break from means to get away from. I forgot to circle that one. Number 15. The internet is here to stay, and so are cell phones. That means that someday, it's number 15. Let's see, number 15 means people will always. So the answer to number 15 is C, not B. People will always have cell phones and computers. Let's keep going. Number 16, what is the main idea of the passage? Family time decreases as technology becomes more popular, or family time increases as technology becomes more popular, or children have more privacy because of their cell phones? Let's think. C is true. they do have more privacy because of cell phones, but it's not the main idea of the whole passage. Let me think about B. Family time increases as technology becomes more popular? That's not what they said. The answer is A. Family time decreases as technology becomes more popular. That's right, A. All right, so let's see. We're going to go over this idea here. So let's keep going with word forms on page 39. And I want to remind you what we already know about word forms. A noun can be the subject of a sentence, right? The object of a verb or the object of a preposition. And remember, you have to add S to plural nouns. Verbs always go after the subject, generally. The main verb goes after the subject. And if a verb is in the subject position, using cell phones gives you privacy. Using, then we have to use S on the verb because using is singular. Using gives. Okay,